So you have just cleared your competitive examination and now you're going to be selected in your dream college. Well, no matter if you're going into an engineering college, a medical college or some other college of your choice, this is the video that I think you should definitely watch till the end to understand literally every single point about being a college student and how to ace it. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Anuj Pachhel, an MBBS intern working at GMC Nagpur, and in this video I'll be basically summarizing in 12 points what are the different ways in which you have to take college, how to ace it properly. Imagine this video to be like a senior to junior conversation where I'll be telling you from my experiences how to deal with life in college. We'll be talking about so many different aspects, right from academics to time management to studies to exams to relationships, friendships, and even few important less talked about topics like college politics, ragging, toxic seniors and batchmates. So with all of this, I welcome you to this extremely long video. As you can see, it is very well divided. Video is also divided into so many chapters. Go to whichever chapter you feel like watching first. Okay, so let us start with the first topic, that is what should college be exactly about. So whenever we enter a college, we have this predetermined notion, like if you go to medical college, you feel like मुझे यहाँ पे अच्छा डॉक्टर बन के निकलना है. But that is in one way true, right? If you go to an engineering college, you feel like मुझे अच्छा engineer बन के निकलना है. But at the same time, college is a place where you should be exploring. I think the best word to describe college is a place to explore endlessly without any fear. Because in this part, you are just an 18-year-old kid who is going to be entering a college, right? You don't have any liabilities on your head. You are absolutely free to experiment as much as you want. Try out new domains, as many as you want, and fail as much as you want. Try playing cricket or football even if you don't know how to. And this is where you get out of your comfort zone and finally enter that what we call as young adult life. I'll give you my example. I was very good in academics right from my 11th or 12th class. So my domain was studies. And instead of just studying and studying, I also participated in a lot of different quizzes. I was also a part of different committees who were designing quizzes. So as well as a quiz participant, I was a quiz master at one point. So this made me really be stronger in that domain, so that now I advise how to make quizzes to my juniors, not just from my college, also from different higher colleges. So that is what I urge you to do. Find out the domains you're good at. Most important aspect of college is to have fun, and I'll be telling you systematically how you can approach having fun, because you feel like everything is gonna go your way, but first year hoga, you will feel like my life is destroyed. So if you watch this video, it won't be, because we'll be approaching it very systematically. Alright, welcome to chapter 2. This is how do you actually study in college, because studying is the primary motto that you have whenever you go into the college, right? So the first thing to keep in mind is that don't leave out the entire syllabus and just wait for the exams to come. Study from day one, study from the starting. So be consistent and take small steps every day. Write this down somewhere. Be consistent, take small steps every day, because only and only then will you be able to cover this huge syllabus which is present, and at the end you won't be frustrated. Second of all, along with having fun and doing the extracurriculars, you should definitely also study to become a better professional. So study not just for the sake of exams, study for the sake of actually developing a skill, of actually becoming a better person. For example, when I was in second year, I always used to tell myself ki I'm studying this bacteria or I'm studying this fungus not because I would write some answers for it. I'm studying this because in the end I am actually going to get patients from it. So in a way, what you have to understand is that your studies are not just for yourself, they are for the entire community. Next thing is that I learned this very late, that is सीनियर्स से तुम गाइडेंस लेते रहो. So whatever seniors you get in college, okay, find the good ones, find the ones who are extremely academically active, or find the ones who are actually very helpful. So if you find these seniors, just go and ask for help. Just ask them, भैया मुझे बता दो, दीदी मुझे बता दो, and I'm 100% sure they will help you out. So I thoroughly tell you that when you are starting out in first year, right, find a good senior who is probably in second year or third year, even in final year, no issues, and they will definitely guide you as to how to approach this particular medical college, what are the departments which are good. So just fix an appointment with a senior. Go with like 10 or 15 of your friends that you have just met in your college and ask your senior, okay sir, we have 15 people, I want you to please guide us regarding this. I have given first year to final year of MBBS whatever important topics are there according to the CBME guidelines. Next thing with respect to studies is fix a timetable for studies. Okay, like I want you to study every day from like after college, let's say 6 to 8, and just those 2 hours, if you study every day, you're gonna thank yourself. If that is not possible for you because evening mein thak jate ho, you want to go out and have fun with your friends, okay, then just fix another time. Okay, in the morning just study 1 hour before the classes. I know it can be very difficult to start studying right after you've entered a college, because post-NEET and post-JEE inertia is present, and that inertia does not actually allow you to start studying efficiently. So get out of that inertia and start studying. That's all I'm saying. And utna zyada bhi nahi padhna hai, 1-2 ghante padhna hai, you will be happy. For MBBS students especially, I want you guys to make notes of whatever textbooks you're studying. Let's say you're studying physiology, make notes of your own, because it's going to be difficult to revise the entire book after you have done the reading of that part. The next point regarding to studies is utilize the time breaks which you get. For example, let's say that you have weekends off. Okay, so Saturday ko half day, Sunday ko chutti hai. Saturday you have the entire fun, okay, with your batchmates, with your friends, with your girlfriend, whatever. But Sunday, block your time for at least 6 to 8 hours. You have to study today, and only then will you be able to get ahead. Because 1 to 2 hours you're studying, it's okay, but you also have college work, right? You have to complete your journals, you have to write so many different case sheets, you have to study up for that presentation, you have to make research papers, and after you have done your utilization of time, go out, party, enjoy whatever you want, but make sure that you use your weekends mostly, because that's what I did. Very efficient, works all the time. So that's why I'm suggesting it to you guys. I also suggest that whatever mindless activities you have, let's say you want to complete your journal, maybe you want to complete your senior's journal, push it out till the last minute. Let's say the submission is tomorrow, start writing today. Don't waste your precious time of studying just on writing those stupid journals, because not one person in the history of mankind has benefited from writing a journal, and neither will you be. Next is find out the exam timetable whenever you can. In the first 2 months you're not going to be getting any timetable, but you can ask your seniors ki approximately when can I expect my exams, and plan your studies according to that exam. And lastly, don't stress out for exams. I have a definite chapter for exams, so this is all I'll say about studies. So the key take home points: small steps every day, stay confident, and use your weekends. Now let's move on to chapter 3, that is time management. So I'll be like the perfect example for time management. I want to brag, but this is actually at the same time it's very true that over the course of my 4.5 years of MBBS, right, and like this year of internship, I have built like this entire huge YouTube channel with more than 8 lakh subscribers at this point, and I've also started multiple businesses. Some of them did good, some of them did bad, and I failed at so many different things. So I did all of that while my batchmates were just busy studying, and guess what, in the end I studied equal to them, and I in fact got even good grades than most of them. I was always in the top 5 percentile of my batch. So that's the thing, that's the deal. If you want, you can manage your time to be the most efficient, or you can just waste it entirely and have no memory of it. But over the long run, what I've said is that grades everybody will forget. Nobody will remember how much marks you scored in what exam. People will remember what you did apart from that. So probably I'll be remembered in GMC Nagpur as, okay, बहुत सही वाले अनुज सर थे हमारे college में. He used to make a lot of videos over here. Now he's probably doing his MD or MS from someplace else, or maybe from GMC Nagpur itself. So that's the deal. Like, nobody's gonna remember, okay, he scored so and so gold medal or so and so quiz. Nobody's gonna remember that. You're gonna forget that even. So I say that manage your time in a way that allows you to explore every hobby that you've got. First of all, what is your fixed time? That means calculate what is the time that you cannot do anything. For example, you're in college from let's say 8 to 5, so that time is gone, and you're sleeping let's say from 12 to 6, so all that time is gone. Calculate your flexible time. Okay, these are the gaps in between, so that is my flexible time, and now you have to decide, okay, what are you supposed to do with these gaps? Are you going to use them? Are you going to waste them? What are you going to do with it? But the most important part is that you have to prioritize that limited flexible time of first year MBBS or first year engineering or first year something else, that this is the priority of my tasks. Let's say my first priority is studies, second priority is go out and have fun with your friends, third priority is making videos, fourth priority is sleeping. So these are the 4 different things which I've got to do, and now you have to stick to this priority list, and you have to follow this priority list till the end of the day. Next thing is that I want you to limit your distractions, whichever one you've got. So most of the time social media is one of the biggest distractions for any student, right? I'm not saying to get off of social media, I'm just saying to limit it. If let's say you are using Instagram or Snapchat for 2 hours a day, limit it to 1 hour. You'll see that automatically तुम्हारे 1-1 घंटा free हो जाता है. You have so many things to do in that 1 hour. Next thing is that this is very, very essential. Be mindful of people that waste your time. So in college, you're going to be finding so many different types of people. People who are helpful to you, people who are going to waste your time, people who are too much talkative, people who actually decrease your energy. So I personally like to classify people on 2 different bases, okay? It's not very harsh classification. If some of our friends are watching, you guys are all in the good side, okay? I'm sorry. So these classification is basically like people who drain your energy and people who recharge you. So if I'm with certain friends, I feel extremely recharged. I feel very productive after meeting them. Even if I'm with somebody else, and sometimes with some other people, I feel like my energy is constantly draining. And usually when I'm with a very big group of like 10 people, I definitely 100% feel that my energy is draining, because एक social battery life होती है जो decrease होती है if you go out on events. So identify the people who are draining your energy and wasting your time, and try to avoid them if possible. So find a friend group who is efficient, find a friend group who is good, and that will not actually waste your time. Lastly, I want to say use the resources which your campus already provides, for example the library or the study rooms or anything else, and using these you can manage your time efficiently. Okay, मैं इतना बजे library में बैठने वाला हूँ, so that becomes your fixed time. That means your study time is fixed, so naturally all other things are in balance. So use your college resources as much as you can. Alright, next thing is extracurricular activities. So welcome to chapter 4, and over here I want to say that you are not going to be good at a lot of things, but I want you to try everything. Okay, so in first year MBBS I was a very shy kid who had basically no talents, but I was very curious about things. So I gave a shot for music, I gave a shot for dance, I gave a shot for quiz club, and I gave a shot for I don't know how many things I participated in, but it was a lot. And trust me, those memories of trying out something which I was not comfortable with are amazing. Like I would do it again if I wanted to. I still suck at dance. Probably I'm little bit good at music because I've been playing the guitar since like 4 years now, so I can play almost anything. But at the same time I would definitely try again everything, even though I would fail. एक मैंने जब मैं यूरोप में था घूम रहा था, तो I came across this traveler. Okay, he was an Indian person. He was traveling alone and he told me, यार अनुज देख, सांड बन के जाना लाइफ में कोई चीज़ कर रहा है तो. So सांड बन के जाना मतलब कि तुम जाओ जोश में, तोड़ फाड़ करके आ जाओ, कुछ सोचो मत तुम्हारे बारे में क्या बोल रहे हैं. Don't think about it. Just go, do your work, leave. Okay, so सांड बन के रहो is what I would say with respect to extracurriculars. जाओ, मजे करो, फोड़ो और बाहर निकलो. Anyways, I welcome you to chapter 5, that is college politics and how to deal with it. This is a very spicy chapter in my example. Because I have had a very bad history with college politics. I was never involved with it, but at the same time it's caused me so much trouble. Like I can't even begin to imagine and say out the things, because probably somebody from the college politics wala team will watch this video and they'll feel extremely क्या कहते हैं उसको, butt hurt. But still, here are some basic points that I want you to know about college politics. First of all, it's very bad and it exists in every single college of the entire world. Okay, even if you go to Harvard or if you go to GMC Nagpur, if you go to Jalgaon, it exists everywhere. Okay, so you don't have to think why is this college like this, why are these people like this. You always have to remember there are going to be some people in your batch, in your seniors, everywhere that just really want fame and power and money. So most of the times these individuals, most of the times, not 100%, most of the times these are these individuals who will be dominating the college politics. You won't even get the chance to participate unless and until you are not like one of these people, and it involves a lot of, what do we say, ass licking for the seniors in order for the juniors to actually make it over there. And it really isn't about your skill as much as it is about the other thing which I just said. So don't worry even if you don't get into it, but if you are getting into it, what I'll highly request from you is that don't be the bad person. Okay, don't be the person who is just wasting everybody else's time. What you should absolutely know is that this will take up a lot of your time, because managing so much is not an easy task. And some of my friends who are involved with the college politics and everything, they don't usually get that much time to focus on your studies, on your extracurriculars, whatever. You'll be involved with the different professors, the HODs and everything, but honestly I wasn't much involved, and I still also pulled through with very nice reputation as well as very nice marks. So this is what I'm saying, ki it will consume a lot of your time, but if you are deciding to go into it, if you like it, you should definitely give it a try. It's not really something bad. It's just that most people don't benefit from it, and it causes stress rather than anything good. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. What I would also like to say at this point is that don't trust everyone blindly, because you're very young, you're just 18, you don't really know how bad people can actually get. You will realize this once you come at final year or fourth year or internship or third year. So we had this new batch in our college, okay, and a lot of the students wanted to meet me. So I live like 10 minutes away from the college. So some of them messaged me, sir, where do I come to meet you? Okay, so I told them, okay, if you want to meet me, I'll come to the college. But they were like, we want to meet you today. And I gave them the location, okay, come here, we'll have a nice chat, we'll click some photos and everything. And it was sort of like 4:30 in the evening, so it was not even like full blown evening, ऐसा कुछ रात भी नहीं हुई थी. So the people in my sort of hostel and everything stopped those group of students from going by making some weird excuse. Okay, they wanted to come I wanted to meet them, and just because college politics exists and some people did not like me over there, they did not allow those students to come and meet me because they probably thought that he'll be much more better than us at guiding them, and they won't listen to us, and we are their actual real seniors, not the localites or whatever. So this is like the true story which has happened to me. तो मैं अगले दिन चले गया मिलने, मुझे क्या है, तुम लोग रोकोगे, मैं आ जाऊँगा उधर, मेरा कॉलेज है. So that's what I did. I met like all of them, around 50 students, and they told me this exact story. So that is how bad it can get. In the end, I would say don't let it define you. It's like very stupid thing. It doesn't even matter in the long run. As an intern, if I see the college politics which are happening at such junior levels, I feel like इस चीज़ पे तुम लोग time waste कर रहे हो, तुम doctors बनने वाले, you should actually go and study. Next point is about friendships. So I've had a lot of good friends. I've had a lot of good friends who left. I've had a lot of good friends which turned out to be snakes. So, and especially during internship, I've known that some of the closest friends which you might have seen in this video actually left me. And I think that's very, very natural. Okay, losing friends is part of the process. If you try to actively engage with them, if they do, it's okay. If they don't do, it's okay. Because you're on your journey of exploration, you're on a journey of your growth. So don't feel like यार first year में तो मेरे 4 ही दोस्त हैं, क्या मेरे कभी life में और दोस्त बनेंगे? You'll see people, different bloggers posting on social media, trips with their friends and all of that. It's not, exactly how it looks like on social media. So don't believe everything that you see on the internet, and know that friendships बहुत सारी होगी, बहुत depth तक होगी, but eventually they might also fade away, and that's absolutely not natural, and it's okay if you accept that. The main benefit of friendships in your college is that you get to enjoy college like nobody else. Okay, so even if you have just one friend, you go take that friend to different shops, you take that friend to different cafes or restaurants, or just go out, have fun, enjoy the bike ride or enjoy the car ride. So even just one friend is actually more than enough, according to me, because most people don't even have that. So, and of course you can also share your studies with that person, so a lot can happen. So friendship is a beautiful thing. Everybody should have a friend in college, and I'll tell you how to make exactly friends, because most people don't know कि यार मैं दोस्त बनाऊँ तो बनाऊँ कैसे. I'm not good at speaking, I'm not good at this. So I'll tell you the most secret way of making friends, and I think the more I talk, the more sense it will make. So here it is. Friends are only made when you do one particular activity every day with some strangers. Okay, I'll give you an example. If I have joined, let's say, music society, okay, for my guitar playing skills, I go to that first day, everybody is a stranger. I go to that every day. I talk to few people, I meet few people, I connect with few more people. I feel like this person, I can share few things. They feel like they can share some things with me. And gradually over the course of time, let's say 1 month pass, 2 months pass, 3 months pass. Now when I go to the music society room to practice, what will happen? I'll see not strangers, I'll see some of my best friends. Okay, same thing happens in internship. All your old friends are thrown here and there. You are posted with new friends. So that's what I'm very fortunate to have, such amazing acquaintance. Okay, I can count on them anytime. So that's what happened. Like there were few hostelites which I had not even talked with for years, like 4 years. We haven't even spoken once. But once we got posted into internship together, we spent entire nights together, looking after patients, looking after different emergencies, intubating patients, putting in IV cameras, putting in Foley's, so many different things. Throughout that, like 4 or 5 months of heavy clinical rotation which I got to be friends with some of the best people which I never even talked to in my college life. And now they are even more closer than the closest of my friends which I made last 4 years. So that is how you make friends. That is the cheat code. Next thing is that if you want to make good friends, you should be the first person to initiate a hangout. It's not compulsory, but it's usually recommended. So I was always the first person to say, "Chalo yaar, mere ghar pe chalo. I'll show you around. I'll show you my studio. We'll have a nice time over there." And just because I did that, I was able to have the same friends from second year till final year to even in internship. Some of them are still there, and I cannot even remember how many hundreds of days did they visit my home. Like एक point तो ऐसा था कि उस हफ्ते के हर एक दिन वो दोस्त आके बैठे रहते थे मेरे घर पे, and they used to order pizza, they used to order pasta, whatever they could find, momos, and we just used to have fun. And at the same time we used to also study together. So this is how we grew together, I would say, all of the people that were friends with me. I was the first person to initiate, and that's why I got the closest to most of them. Next point is that your friends the first friends you'll make is the people who are next to your roll number. So roll number 1, 2, मेरा 1 roll number था मेरे college में, and so Ankush was roll number 2, Namrata roll number 3, Ayushi 4, Achal 5, Aditi 6. So all of these were very good friends of mine. They still are, of course. But always make sure that those people, you are having a good relationship with them, because for the next 4 years, for every practical, every theory, every viva, they are going to be helping you write the exams. You are going to be helping them write the MCQs. Make sure कि तुम्हारे roll number वालों के आसपास के लोगों से तुम थोड़ा अच्छे से रहो, अच्छे से behave करो. So that were, I think, all the good points about friendship, but there are some red flags which you have to absolutely look out for. So I recently had this conversation with one of the students from Delhi, one of the top most reputed college from Delhi, and the student actually told me that he does not have any friends even in final year of MBBS. And the main reason was that every student over there was either, smoking or drinking or on drugs or doing something else. So it did not match his vibe at all. So whenever he was in a group, they were drinking or smoking. He was like, मुझे smoke नहीं करना, मुझे drink नहीं करना, I'll go back to my room. So he missed out the hangouts and slowly he faded away from every group. Very true reality of life. कि ऐसा होता है. And what I want you to know is that it's a red flag. If you feel like something is not your cup of tea, let's say smoking or drinking or, injecting drugs in your veins or in your lungs for that matter, if you feel like you don't want to do that, no pressure, मत कर भाई. 0 दोस्त के साथ रहे, but ऐसे खराब संगति में मत रहे. So if you are with them, you will become one of them. And I'm sad to say that that's not the best thing for you. I've personally never taken alcohol, never, did a cigarette or a BD or pan, tambaku, gutka, whatever we call it. Drugs, बहुत दूर की बात है. So I found the people who are like me and who like, partying out, but not to that extent, who like going out on trips, but not in that way. And I feel like my years were amazing and are still amazing. So those are the few red flags you have to watch out for. And lastly, don't make it like a total burden. मुझे friends बनाने ही. If you actually try, it might not happen. धीरे होगा and you will be happy at the end of it. That's all I know. So yeah, that was the entire chapter on friends. Let's move on to the another chapter of relationships. Welcome to chapter 7. And relationships are extremely common in our medical field. Okay, I don't think in my entire batch we have more than 20 or 30 single people. Most of them are in relationship with somebody, junior, senior, whatever. Everybody is dating somebody, and it's very common. The main reason is in medical colleges there are a lot of girls. So in our college, in our batch, I think 112 girls है, बाकी boys है 100. I don't know how many girls ज़्यादा है यार, boys से 85, 86 boys हो गए, बाकी सारे girls है. I would like to clarify over here that I am not at all an expert in this. I'm not a relationship expert, but I'm a breakup expert is what I will say, because I've had my fair share of breakups. And as that one friend who is not an expert on relationship, it is my mandatory duty to tell you about relationships. So first point is, first year you should totally avoid being in a relationship, because at that time you are very immature. You will set false expectations for the person. You will both end up hurting each other, and most likely will stay sour for the rest 4.5 years. So control your feelings. It's okay if you don't say I love you to that girl. It's not gonna change anything. But if you can't, go for it. Totally appreciate it. I did. मैं फंस गया, मैं गया. So don't do that. Next key point you should always remember is to not date in your friend circle. Very common thing to do is that you will find your friend circle. It will have like 5 girls, 6 boys, 7 boys, whatever, and they will start making out with each other in the circle itself. Inevitably, people are gonna have breakups. Your entire friend circle will get destroyed. So make sure you are clear with the fact that there is no dating in your friend circle which is going on. I have been a part of like 2 or 3 of these groups where people just ended up dating each other. People left the group. The group became inactive, it became awkward to hang out, and the group itself basically self-terminated. Just make sure you have this. This was not my original idea to put this point. One of my seniors from pediatrics, the JR1 ma'am, actually suggested to put this point over here. So yes, no dating in your friend circles is something which you should absolutely follow. Next thing is that don't commit until you're absolutely sure of that person. If you feel like, maybe I'm unsure, you don't have to commit. Okay, you don't have to commit to anything, because होता है, incompatibility भी होती है. So instead of hurting them, don't commit initially. The next point is that breakups are extremely common. Like I said, relationships are common, breakups are extremely common as well. So if you are going through a breakup, it can be very rough for you. So I need you to understand the one thing is that it's okay, yaar. life है. Breakups are very common. I think I've been to like 3 or 4 of them at this point. So you don't have to worry. They are common and they act like a very good motivational force to put your energy, instead of focusing it on that one girl or boy, whatever it is, you focus it on something very, very productive. Personally, I don't think my YouTube channel would have started if I did not have that breakup back in 2019. So that's how you can utilize your energy to do something different. I've also known, on a serious note, I've also known people who have suffered anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, mania like symptoms, as well as eating disorders after having a breakup. These things keep happening to you. It is very advisable that you find yourself a good psychiatrist, a good doctor, and get yourself checked out. उतना कुछ ऐसी मेजर बात नहीं है psychiatrist को दिखाना. Most of the people, most of your batchmates actually require it, may require it subclinically. But another thing is that in relationships, there are a lot of bad things also associated. One of them is like, maybe your partner can be, whichever one you find, can be like not the most ideal one for you. So you have to also watch out for red flags. Okay, and people on Instagram, on Reels will tell you more red flags than I can. Just honestly saying, like, if they are checking your phone constantly, doubting you constantly, not respectful to you or your friends, probably that's kind of a red flag. So I'm not an expert in it, so I'll leave it to the experts on Instagram. Next thing is that I don't think I would be talking about this in this video, but here it is. Like, physical intimacy is also very common in college. American movies may we see a lot of that happen. It's also very common in India. It's not like it's not common. You might encounter it in your college. The only thing I want to say is that consent is very, very important from both the parties. So whatever you're doing, consent honi chahiye. Okay, without consent, nothing, kuch bhi nahi. Okay, so that is the only thing. And lastly, I would say, like, thoda sa mindful raho. Okay, that's all I want to say. Because my parents are also probably watching this video. Alright, moving on to the next chapter, chapter 8, that is toxic seniors, batchmates, and ragging. So this is the chapter. I've had a fair share of all of these, and it's gonna happen with you. You're gonna meet toxic seniors, and the only thing, like the same which I told you about college politics, avoid them if possible. Don't indulge with them if possible. If you do, don't let them make you feel worthless. Don't make them define who you actually are. Ragging, speaking more about it, like, if it's up to a mild extent, if it's like a thing which you would do to your chota bhai or choti bhai, it's pretty good. Okay, it's not an issue. But if it's anything more than that, like, you wouldn't go and hit your chota bhai for no reason, right? You wouldn't push him off from the stairs. You wouldn't ask him to do 1,000 sit-ups. I wouldn't do that. That's sadistic. Exactly. Sadistic is a person who derives pleasure from pain. So if it is sadistic, it's very bad. If you want, you can file a complaint, and don't file the complaint to your local authorities like seniors ko bata दूंगा, मैं dean को बता दूंगा. The matter will most likely get suppressed within the college. Just directly call the anti-ragging community in Delhi. Okay, you can call the helpline at any time, register a complaint over there, and when they will come to investigate, that is a much more stricter. It's all actually happened in GMC Nagpur as well. 5 of my seniors were actually arrested. They spent nights in the jail as well. NEET PG वगैरह cancel हो गया, of course, because of all of that. Court में जाना पड़ा. Whole mess of thing because they messed with the first year MBBS student. Do it if it is sadism. If it's anything more than friendly interaction, complain कर दो. कुछ मत डरो. If somebody tells you that seniors के बिना तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं यार. आज के ज़माने में it's not like that. You can just go on to my YouTube channel, find hundreds of videos that will help you in every single aspect of your medical life. You can go watch Akash Mujumdar's video for JEE or somebody Tharun's videos for JEE, Sanko's video for JEE, whatever. But if somebody is saying you यार तुम्हारी लाइफ बर्बाद हो जाएगी, तुम ऐसे मत करो, कंप्लेन फेक रहे. They are lying. Okay, don't believe that. But overall, I would say that these type of seniors, these type of people, you will get 1 to 2%. Less 99 to 98% will be normal, good people, which will be actually helpful to you. So be friendly with them, greet them. थोड़ा वो कुछ बोले तो काम कर दो, थोड़ा कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करने बोले तो कर दो. Because in the end, they are like your big brothers and sisters who are living with you in the hostels and all of that. You are like a very good one big family. So you can definitely do that. Alright, moving on to chapter number 9, which is hostel life versus PG versus localite. So let's talk about hostel life first. What are the pros and what are the cons? I'm not a hostelite, so I'm not the expert in this, but I have a lot of friends who are. So the basic pros is that you get to experience your college life 100%. That means you get to be involved with every single one of your batchmate, every one of your juniors, and every one of your seniors. You are actually part of an entire community directly, because 24 hours you're right there. You are available, and the only people you have in contact are your friends in your hostels. So that is one of the biggest pros, that you have a very good stability stability if you're a hosteler, and second of all, it gives you a huge amount of independence, but that you'll also get if you're a localite or a PG. Then thirdly, if you're in the hostel, it's very close by. In the college, usually you can just go to any place within like 2 to 3 minutes. If you're a localite or a PG, it's usually like 10-15 minutes lag jate kahin se bhi kuch bhi karne ko. And if it's multiple times during the day, like an internship, it can become hectic. What are the cons? The cons are especially like if somebody doesn't like that atmosphere, somebody likes to have an isolated atmosphere, study a lot, and most importantly, if somebody is like not liking the food or the place or the people, those are the basic cons. Okay, so yeah, that is the entire con I would say about hostel life. Let's talk about PGs. So PGs are paid guests, and the basic pros of PGs is that it's hostel life without much disturbance. So everything you get to live, everything. Okay, the cost is of course a bit more than your hostels, but at the same time uske benefits bhi hai utne zyada. The cons, I don't think there are any cons, except if you don't get a good PG, you are stuck with seniors or whatever, but apart from that, it's very good. Talking about a localite, I'm an expert because I am a localite in this field. I would say it is the most sorted type of person. Okay, the person who lives in his own city and drives home to college. You can get the best of both worlds. Okay, so you can have the hostel life like I did. So in my way, my home was the hostel for most people. I think more than half the batch has been to my house already, and not a lot of localites can say that. I have not been to many people's house, even though they are my localite friends. You can live the hostel life in a way that I have lived. Okay, so with a lot of my friends, I've spent so many nights in my house watching movies or just going out at night or just partying, whatever. I have done that. So that is one part of hostel life which I'm getting to live. The other independence wala part. So in my house, I'm very, very lucky to have parents who are very, what do we say, liberal, very open. So I was never really questioned कि तुम रात में कहाँ जा रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो. I was given the freedom. So most of the time, this is not available in most of the homes. So you feel like independence नहीं मिलती है. But I completely have the freedom to do whatever I want, and I think that's honestly okay. And the other like cons wala part is that I'm not really that good with social interaction. So my social battery is pretty low, wo down ho jati hai, and then I just want to be alone. So being at my home provides me with that space. And thirdly, I can be very, very, very efficient when I'm in a very ergonomic place. So like this studio, just बाजू में जाओ पढ़ने बैठ जाओ. It's currently 1:23. The point where I'm shooting this video in the night. So I probably don't think I could have done this in a hostel or a PG because मैं नहीं कर पाया था. Localite especially has its pros if your parents or the people who are living with are great. If not, then probably you should consider a PG. How to choose a PG? If you ask me, there are like 4 different criteria which you should consider. First one is the location. Second one is the proximity to the college. Third is the cost, and lastly is the facilities nearby. Okay boys, it's almost 1 hour in the recording, and let's move on to point number 10. That is finances. How to do your finances while you're in college. I'll tell you the reason why this is important is if I had not done my finances properly, I would not have been possible to go to Europe with my own expenses, with my own savings. It would not have been possible because Europe visa requires an ITR. ITR is something which you have to file once you start earning money. And I learned to do my finances with my father and from YouTube and my different CA friends who I have. So the first things first is that if you're not going to be earning right at the start, okay, you're probably going to be discovering how to earn in so many different ways in your second, third year. A lot of the people go with investments, some with trading, some with classes, some with selling notes, books, all of that. In the first year, especially if you're a hostelite, you have to make a budget. Okay, a budget is like, okay, in this month, I'm not going to be spending more than 5,500 rupees. That's my budget. And then you have to plan all your activities according to that budget. So budgeting is very, very essential. Find out what are your places of high expense, what are places of low expense, and you can budget accordingly. And next point is that whenever you have time, instead of wasting it on social media or whatever, you can start to earn your own money. So that is what I did right when my first year ended. What I did was I started taking classes for the fresh first year MBBS students who were just arrived. So that way I think I made like 30,000, 35,000 total in like 1.5 months of taking different classes. And I was able to buy my first iPad because of that studies. And further on the classes continued, then I was able to afford my own Mano subscription. So you can imagine, like, I never asked my parents for a single rupee. That was all because I had the money, I earned it, put it into my own growth. And similarly, as my YouTube channel started, as I started to earn money, like that was not even on purpose to start this channel. It was just because I love making videos. As that started to gradually happen, I got more educated with respect to the finance aspect of it. So if you're just a beginner, which you most likely are while you're seeing this video, I want you to list out the skills which you have. So right from selling your notes which you made during NEET examination, teaching the NEET aspirants, teaching the first year students. Mostly teaching is something which you can do because if you have cracked an examination, you're already very good at it. Next is that if you want, you can also start content creation, which I actually did later in second year after that horrible breakup, right? Channel that energy elsewhere, like I told you. So there are so many different ways you can earn. You can watch my own video I have made about how to earn in college once before. So you can go watch that video. That will get you exactly how you can start to earn. Anyways, the first time you're going to be earning money, going to be independent, paying your own college fees, helping your mom and dad with their expenses, it's a feeling that I cannot put into words. It's very satisfying. It's very satisfying where you don't have to ask money to your parents. Instead, you give them, okay, ये लो मम्मी, this is ये लो 5-10,000 रुपए रख लो, मैंने कमाया इस महीने के, maybe this will help you with your expenses. It's a very wonderful feeling, and you will get that if you break out of your comfort zone and stop wasting time on social media by doing something productive. So yes, moving on to chapter number 11 is, according to me, what are some of the projects which you should absolutely involve yourself in while you're in college. So specifically speaking, the first thing that you should be absolutely doing is take part in a lot of different quizzes. Okay, so quizzes are annual events, sometimes monthly events which are conducted, and these quizzes allow you to master the subject, because any person who is going to be a professional needs a mastery on their subject, and they will give you an upper and extra advantage during your next examination if you're an MBBS student. So give quizzes. If you are an engineer, give hackathons or whatever quiz that happens in your college, take part in that. So that is one thing which I want all of you guys to do. Even I as an intern am participating in quizzes, even though I have my NEET PG examination in like 5 months. So I'm giving the surgery quiz in 5 days. So it's going to be held in AIMS Nagpur. I think almost 100 participants are there. So I'm just trying, okay, along with other participants. So go take part in quizzes. It's an experience which you will always enjoy. And winning to maza aa jati hai. Okay? Next point is do paper presentations. I am very guilty that I did not do paper presentations during my UG days. But honestly, I don't feel that bad about it, but I want you guys to write research papers and do paper presentations, because that help you grow academically. That is a value in your CV. In my person, I think I know a person who is my batchmate who has written 7 research papers and presented in so many different areas. Next thing is that attend conferences and attend CMEs which are going to be held. You're going to be allowed to do that, and you just have to inquire about the conferences, and different medical colleges conducted. Just inquire, how can I enter? They have some criteria. Okay, you have to do a poster presentation or paper presentation, whatever. Do that and attend that, and try to enhance your knowledge. Try to go ahead in life instead of just being that one college kid. Okay, I just hate that. The person who is just doing college, doing that thing. I don't like that person. I want you to do extra, because you are subscribers of this channel. You are pluripotent. You are much more capable of doing something else. And lastly, have a very good connection with your teachers, with your professors, because in life they are going to be helping you quite a lot. So I have a very good connection with even my first year, second year, third year, and final year teachers. And I'll tell you, life is so much easier when they view you as a good student, view you as a student who is ready to learn. They will give you opportunities from the start. They will ask you, okay, chal quiz hai Mumbai chalo mere saath, and then you'll have another experience in Mumbai or something like that. And this networks which you make right now are going to be helping you a lot in the future, especially if you're a doctor and trying to settle in the same city as your medical college, which I think I'll probably be one of those people, because I want to settle near where my family lives, and most of my family is in Nagpur. The last point that I want to talk about is exams. First thing, don't stress about it. It's very, very difficult to fail an exam, is what I believe. You have to be extraordinarily special to fail an exam. Ordinary people don't fail an exam. Extraordinarily special efforts are required to fail it. So you will probably not fail if you don't make blunders. Okay, but at the same time, I want you to take it a bit seriously, because exams के समय में जितनी तुम्हारी पढ़ाई होगी, उतनी पढ़ाई तुम्हारे regular days पे नहीं होगी. So that is the main place where you actually become doctors, is when you study for exams. Writing practice karo, do your previous year question papers, do everything, but study for it. Another important tip is that if you have good group of friends, you can practice Viva taking or practicals with your friends itself. That's what I personally did. You can also discuss MCQs with your friends, and group studying is always very, very efficient if you have good set of friends. Agar nahi to tum bas time pass karoge. And lastly, keep enough time for your revisions and don't stress about it. So I think those were all the 12 chapters which I wanted to talk about. My concluding thoughts for all the individuals who are going to be joining college this year is explore, don't be afraid, and try to make the most of your best 4 years of your life in college. 4 or 5 years or 6 years of your life in college. You're going to be remembering all of these years when you leave college. Like I will be doing in 6 months, I'll be leaving GMC Nagpur, and I'll probably be remembering this time period as the best time of my entire life. So enjoy it. because it's never ever gonna come back again. तुम्हें ऐसा अब लगेगा भी नहीं तुम्हारे कैसे 5 साल चले गए MBBS में और in other courses as well, because time just flies by when you're having fun, and you will have a lot of fun. Don't be afraid. And come back to this video whenever you feel like you want to watch something that will increase value in your life. Also, just a gentle reminder that I'm an MBBS intern who also is making videos and studying for NEET PG, and it takes up a lot of time, effort and energy, and subscribing in just 2 seconds would make up for all of that. Trust me, it really would make up for all of that. काफी effort चल जाता है एक video बनाने का, especially videos which are long form video essays like this one. They do take time, so please consider subscribing if you are watching this video. Thank you.